Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to go ahead and review a fragrance that was released in the year of 2015. The fragrance is from the house of Ferrari. We're talking about Bright Neroli. Now Bright Neroli was released and it had a little bit of hype and fanfare that I missed, but I am now finally getting to the actual fragrance. Now, box looks like this. If you look at the bottle, it's very simple. It's, clear glass bottle. It has this cap and it's got the Ferrari logo on it. It's got a little bit of leather on the side of it. When you spray it, it comes off like that. I should say you can see my finger from that. It's a little bit wet. There is a little bit of leakage that goes along with it. And I really suspect it's actually that the sprayer nozzle is a little bit just too close to the top. And so when you spray it, it's actually spraying part of your finger when you spray down. So just be careful of that. Anyways, this fragrance is available for purchase at the site of Notina. Look down below, you'll see a link for it to purchase, and it is on the inexpensive side. Sub $40 is usually where you can find this fragrance. So take a look at that from the site of Notina. Now, without any further ado, let's get into the fragrance itself. Notes of the fragrance are listed on screen. This is I would say, a inexpensive clone of Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. What do I mean by that? This fragrance is a bright Neroli. When you immediately smell it, you're going to get a bright Neroli type scent with a little bit of orange blossom mixed in and a heavy amount of citrus. Different citrus notes come at you from different angles. It's very bright, it's very clean, it's very refreshing. The note Neroli in general is usually used with citrus notes, and it kind of gives citrus notes a soapy smell to it, a very clean smell, and that's what it's doing with this fragrance on here. Now, Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino is a fragrance that's over $300, whereas this one is a fragrance that's sub $40. So when I heard about this fragrance and got it, I was like, oh, interesting. If they can manage to pull off somewhat of the smell of Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino, that would be quite a feat with it. And that they did. It does smell like it, and it does smell good, it does smell clean, and it does smell refreshing on that. It does lack a little bit of the refinement of Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino, but I'll get into that as we go into the actual review. Now, this fragrance is a great office fragrance. It's a great fragrance for work. I personally like to wear it to work just because of that clean, fresh, bright scent. Kind of lifts you up and it lifts other people up as well. The performance on this one is slightly under average. That's probably one of the main weaknesses with this fragrance. The sillage on this is pretty much non-existent. They have to be up to you right there, but it's not really going to leave that much of a scent trail. The longevity, on the other hand, I'd say you're going to get about 6 to 8 hours roughly is what I got for it. Mostly on the 6-hour side. So what I mean by that is I sprayed it on, went to work, and it lasted until about the afternoon, and then it was like, pretty much gone at that point. It felt more like a little bit of a vetiver and of faint notes of citrus that are in the actual scent. So performance really wasn't top notch. I'd say under average. The season I would wear this one in, I think you can really get across or get away with this one any season just because of the way that it's a work fragrance on that. Now, you may have to go a little bit heavier when it's cold outside, when it's the fall and the winter, just because you're not really going to get help from the environment. So go a little bit heavier, and I would up the spray amount to probably about 9 or 10 sprays. You could be perfectly fine with it. But in the summer, I'd probably stick to about 4 or 5 sprays. So this is one that you can go heavier in the winter. You don't have to worry about choking people out or anything like that. This is a good fragrance for any age group. Any age group can go ahead and pull this one off without any trouble. And compliment-wise, this wasn't a huge compliment getter, but people did think that it smelled good. So what I mean by that is people enjoyed the smell. They thought it was clean. They thought it was refreshing, but it didn't jump out to them as a scent that was like, wow, this is going to floor your socks. And I actually have found the exact same reaction with Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. So you should, put that in your hat. If you want to smell clean and refreshing, if you want a great work scent, this is really the scent that you're going to go ahead and reach for an inexpensive price. All right. So if I'm going to go ahead and give this fragrance a rating, I give this fragrance a rating 3.5 out of 5 stars. Now, I was tempted to give it 4 out of 5 stars, but I'll tell you why I settled on 3.5. The biggest problem with this fragrance to me is the longevity and the performance. The performance, it's not bad, but it's not great. That, if it had better performance, that would push this up to 4, possibly 4.5 as a fragrance. I really do enjoy this. This is one that is going to remain in my collection because I don't have Neroli Portofino, and as an option, this is far more inexpensive for this fragrance. So I think I'll probably stick with this one. And in general, I like the Tom Ford heavier fragrances just a little bit better. But this one, it's a good fragrance if you were looking for a work fragrance. If you're looking for a fragrance that will, shoulder the load of the the work load, if you will, then this fragrance will be a fragrance that you reach for. It's a fragrance you can go very liberal with this fragrance and spray a ton on and not really worry about choking people out. People will not think that you smell bad, but at the same time, you're not going to really get a lot of compliments with this fragrance. But in my personal position, I really do love the smell of this fragrance. It's an excellent smelling fragrance. It is definitely worth your while, and if you're looking for a clean work fragrance, definitely check this fragrance out. Again, you can purchase this fragrance at Notino. Look at the link down below and check it out, and you'll get a great price on the actual fragrance. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let me know what your thoughts are on Bright Neroli from the house of Ferrari. Fantastic fragrance, and in fact, I am now beginning to look at car fragrances a little bit differently, like Bentley, Ferrari. They're really doing this thing really well. All right, so that's pretty much it. Thank you guys. Take care of yourselves, and you guys have a great day.